What's up, guys? George back again to do another video. This one that I don't normally make on my channel, and that's for sports team. But my Philadelphia Eagles have won the Super Bowl finally, or at last. After years and years and years of trying, they finally did it last night against the evil empire of the New England Patriots. Now, this has been a long time coming as a Philadelphia Eagles fan. I've been a fan of this team since I could ever remember. Football and baseball. However, football is probably my favorite sport. Played both growing up, but I always was drawn more to football than baseball. Plus, my size, I was always a better football player. So, I don't know, I'm still in shock. I'm still in awe of what happened last night. I had a good feeling going into the game. Not so much the playoffs after Carson Wentz went down, because I just didn't know what we were going to get with Nick Foles. And I was pleasantly surprised that the Nick Foles of 2014, I guess it was, showed up and really kicked ass throughout the playoffs. I knew he had it in him. Like I said, his first year here, he broke all kinds of records. Didn't throw any interceptions that year, or maybe one, something stupid like that, something real. I don't know, something ridiculous number, no interceptions. Brought us to the playoffs and we lost, I think. I can't remember now. We've lost so many before. But I wanted to get on here and gloat just a little bit, because I don't get to do this too often. I remember when the Phils won the World Series in 2008. They had an amazing team for 4 years there. We were in the mix of things every year. Went to the playoffs, I think, 4 or 5 straight years. Won, like I said, the World Series in 08. Went back in 09. Got beat by the Yankees. And then the following year, I think we lost in the NLCS. And it all went downhill from there for a little while. But going into this football season was totally unexpected. I had no expectations. I had them going at 9-7 tops. I knew Carson Wentz was a really good quarterback just by watching his mannerisms and the way he played the game. I knew he was going to be solid, but they went 7-9 last year, and I was figuring it was going to be that slow burn, and hopefully Carson wasn't going to have the sophomore slump that everyone talks about, but he didn't. However, he did get hurt, blew out his ACL in like week 12 or whatever it was. And at that point, going back and looking at Foles' numbers with the other teams he was with after he left the Eagles, I had no expectations whatsoever. And then the last 2 regular season games were pretty terrible. I don't even think they scored a point in the last game of the season against Dallas. However, a lot of the starters didn't play that game, so I had a bye week going into the playoffs. Then they played the Falcons, and that was kind of an ugly win. That was, not a great game. Foles started off pretty slow, but then all of a sudden in the second half, he started actually the second quarter, he started kicking in really well, playing really well. And I could just see that his confidence was coming back in that one game. It was amazing how you could see his confidence just snap, and he had it. Following week in the NFC Championship game, the Vikings were here in Philly, and they just opened up on the Vikings, and he just opened up on the Vikings, and they crushed them. It was an amazing game, and I thought at that point, whoever we play in the Super Bowl, we really have a shot now. We really have a shot of winning this year, which is totally, like I said, was so unexpected. So last night, Super Bowl, I was a wreck all week, nervous. Get the butterflies, you get that feeling of dread, the feeling of excitement, and then the game's here. I was going nuts yesterday, pacing back and forth, and just, it was a hell of a day. I didn't do anything. I didn't leave the house. I wanted to take a nap before the game. I wanted to lay down. Couldn't do that, so I just started drinking. Drinking beer. When they came out in that first drive and got the extra or the field goal, in that first drive, I knew that this was going to be one of those games. I just had that feeling, like, holy shit, man, they went right down the field on them. Couldn't get in the end zone. We got the 3 points. New England did the same exact thing. Went down the field on the Eagles, kicked 3 points, kicked the field goal, got 3 points. It was even. I remember turning to one of my sons and saying, this is going to be like a heavyweight bout. They're just going to go back and forth. And that's essentially what the game was. Eagles went up as much as 10. I believe it was 10 going into halftime. They scored right before halftime. New England came out in the second half, didn't do anything. Eagles scored another touchdown. And then, of course, Brady shows up in the fourth quarter and just starts picking them apart, taking the lead, which I couldn't believe. And I felt that Philly curse, like, here we go. Then I realized there was 9 minutes and some change left. And I was just like, we could do this. We got this. I just had that feeling. I didn't tell anybody in the room. I just had that feeling. I didn't have that feeling of dread that Philadelphia Eagles fans usually get at that period in the game when the opposing team goes ahead. But I had this calm feeling like we're going to pull this out. And then Eagles kick a field goal, I think, to go back up, and then Brady fumbles. Brandon Graham hits him, fumbles the ball. We get the ball back, and that was it. And then, of course, the final play of the game, Brady throwing the 50-yard bomb down to what's his name, 87. And almost coming up with it. It was pretty crazy. And I was holding my breath, and I saw the ball hit the ground, and I knew that was it. The curse is over. Not that I believe in curses, but it really took 52 Super Bowls for them to finally win one. Everyone in the division has won multiple Super Bowls. I think Washington's won 3, Giants won 3, and Dallas has won 5. Now we got ours. It's just an amazing story here, and it's going to be written about for the next year in the papers and magazines here in Philly. And to get that monkey off your back of not winning anything, any championships, feels pretty good today. The parade is Thursday in Philly on Broad Street. We will all be there, and I can't wait. It's just going to be a fun time. They're expecting 3 million people which when the Phillies won in '08, there was 1.5 million, I think, somewhere around there, maybe a little less than that, 1.3, something like that. Early numbers today have, I think I read it was like 2.5 to 3 million people expected in Philly on Thursday. So we'll definitely be taking the train down. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be real fun. Got up early this morning, ran out and got the papers because I have all my other ones from all the other championships, whether it's Phillies, Sixers, Flyers. I don't have any Flyers from the 70s, but Villanova. But I had to go out and get this. This is just an extra one I was reading through. Big 24-page, really 24-page insert with a bunch of cool pictures and shit. And it was just, we took down the evil empire last night, and it feels good. They beat us in '04 in the Super Bowl, so it was nice to get revenge on Brady a little bit. Guy's an amazing quarterback, probably one of the best ever, but it feels good to beat him. But anyway, I just wanted to get on here. I had to get on here and gloat a little bit, just a teeny. This town is buzzing right now. The whole town. Last night, I don't think the roads cleared out till like 5 this morning with people. I've been up most of the night. Went to the shop for a little bit today and left. So I'm going to take a nap, I think. And then probably watch more highlights of the game because I can't get enough of it. It's almost like when I watched the highlights again this morning, not that I forgot the touchdowns and the plays, but it just seems surreal. It's really weird feeling to actually be Super Bowl champs this year. So anybody out there that's not an Eagles fan really doesn't know what this team's gone through. I would imagine you have an idea if you're in other towns that have losing records a lot, like Cleveland and Cincinnati and those kind of teams, which I feel bad for because I like both of those teams. I always did since I was a kid. Kenny Anderson out in Cincinnati was one of my favorite quarterbacks. My wife's a huge Pittsburgh Steelers fan, so she knows the complete opposite. She knows how it is to win 6 times in her lifetime. So I really do think the Eagles have the most passionate fan base in the NFL. There's no doubt in my mind that that's the way it is. I know other people say different from other towns, but these fans travel everywhere and anywhere. Last night, just the crowd noise alone when the Eagles would score sounded like a home game. And that's the way it's always been with this fan base. We travel. We take over the town. There is a few assholes out here that do stupid shit. I'm not one of them. I treat everybody with respect. Even when they come into our house wearing their own team's colors. There's no sense of, I'm too old for that shit. I never did it as a kid, being a season ticket holder. Or, being a young man anyway, being a season ticket holder. I was never one to pick on anybody for wearing the colors. I might rib you if you're sitting next to me or something good happens to the Eagles and bad happens to your team, but me and my friends never disrespected anybody because, they paid the same amount of money we did to get tickets to go to that game. So, and I've been treated pretty well going to other cities as well. I can't complain about that at all. We have that underdog vibe in this town. We always did. And this year, especially this year, because of the injury to Wentz, nobody thought that this team was going to do anything with Foles. And in the back of my head and with my family, and they can attest to this, that I said, Foles got what it takes. He can do it. I have put all my faith in Foles. I was getting a little nervous there the last few regular season games that he played. I was like, all right, well, maybe I'm wrong, but he proved me wrong after that. After doubting him, he really did. He ended up being the MVP last night, which was cool, which is awesome for him. Super Bowl last night broke NFL record for most yards in a game by offenses. It's like 1,151 yards last night combined, which is incredible. So it was a shootout. I thought it went differently. It definitely went differently than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lower scoring game with more defense, and that wasn't the case at all. It was, there was some good defense being played, but they were firing. Like I said, at last we win. Finally, I'm happy as balls. There's Nicky Foles. They call him Big Dick Nick in this town, because somebody let the cat out of the bag in the Eagles locker room that he's packing some heat. So he's had that nickname since he's been on the team. So if anybody ever hears the chant Big Dick Nick, and now you know what they're talking about. So the Birds, I don't know, man. I'm still in a fog. I probably repeated myself quite a bit on this video, but I don't care. Like I said, I'm going to go take a nap. I'm going to go chill out if I can, and just enjoy the moment. Enjoy all that comes with it, because I have no idea. I will be going shopping, I'll tell you that much, because I like to get pennants and old school style sports collectibles when it comes to our teams winning. Usually like pennants or stuff, trinkets like that. I don't go for the big money stuff, but I have quite a collection of stuff, Philly sports memorabilia and all that shit from years gone by. But this one feels good. Finally get it off our back. We finally got a ring. Like I said, this town is going nuts. Even today, there's people out there still beeping and hanging out the car windows, and it's amazing. I've never seen it like this. The Phillies, when they won in 2008, it was definitely a huge buzz going around the city, but not like this. The Eagles are beloved in this town, as well as all our other sports teams, but I think it's safe to say there's more Eagles fans in this town than anybody, than any other city. Any other team. But anyway, that's it. Enough rambling. Again, Eagles win the bowl. I can't be happier. I know I'm probably seem like I'm downplaying it in this video, which I kind of am, because I don't like being an obnoxious fan, but plus I am tired as balls. So the Birds. So anyway, I just wanted to get on here and gloat a little bit. Like I said, if you're an Eagles fan, you know the feeling. If you're not an Eagles fan and have won championships with your football team that you love and worship, you know the feeling. And that's it. So anyway, follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I'll talk to everybody real soon. Peace. Number 1.